Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, April the 24th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We've got charts by TrendSpider and some analytics by TradyTicks. So let's take a peek at what we are looking at. We are looking at the ES right here, and this is last week. Notice we are below the close of last week. And just a few moments ago, we tried to test that close and immediately rejected it. That means there are sellers sitting there. We can see that round and about right here. Friday was a little bit of a doji, much bigger wick bringing it up, but still not able to get over this 4150-ish area. That's going to be that line in the sand to see where folks go. We've got a very big earnings week ahead. I read a statistic that said 42% of the S&P was reporting, and this week is very tech heavy, and many of us know that the market is actually being held up, lifted, buoyed by tech. So let's take a look at what we are seeing in the pre-market, all right? Above 4156, we're going to see the flip of sellers turning around and either getting out of the market or buyers adding to their positions, or a combination of both. That's going to push us up into the 59 to 4161 area, and potentially we have a shot at 4164 to 4171. Where do the sellers get more rowdy? Well, if we lose 4147, which is where the VPOC is sitting right now, that's the region they're going to battle first off. If they lose that 4147, they can slip easily into 4140, and then the low of last week, which we broke in the pre-market by just a tick, this 4135-ish area. Okay, so that's really what we're looking at. Remember, my supposition, you can go a week ago and you can see, hey, I think we are coming back to here. That's where we go. Potentially we could have a lot more, but this is where I actually believe price action is going to sort of coagulate, if I want to use that word. So, and that number is 4122. Let's take a look at the corresponding SPY levels. I know a lot of us do trade the SPY, those of us that are on the Benzinga Pro platform. Not too many of us trade futures. Would like to see more of us doing that, so hit me up there if you're looking for, whoops, what just happened to that? Yeah, if you're looking for price action from a futures perspective, just put it in that chat box and we can talk about it on the Benzinga Pro platform. All right, so taking a look at SPY, here we are. From last month, we're above the close of last month, so still a little bullish. Last week, we closed inside of the close of the week prior, and so now we've got some investigation to go down here. So right now in the pre-market, we're just a little shy of the prior edge. A lot of battling going on there, but as I mentioned, I do think that we end up getting to this 408 region over the coming days. And so what are we looking for? We're looking for traders to get much more excited about being long above 412.60 and much more excited about being short below 410. Okay, so those are going to be the ranges that we watch, set an alert for them. Take a look at trend. We can see a clear group of buyers sitting at that 410 area. TradyTicks also tells us that that is a zone that the buyers are going to come in at the first pass. If they cannot hold it, they're going to flesh out the deeper edges, sitting anywhere between 409 and 408. That's what I'm thinking there. Let's take a look at the NQ. Whoopsie. NQ. Let's take a peek here. All right. weakness below the close of the prior month. That's the first thing that we have trouble with. Let me see if I can clear this trigger. Remove alert at this line, yes. And so now we are sitting below this edge, pretty important line, which is why I have it in a different color. As soon as we lost that area, any bounces into that zone became selling zones. So where are we after last week? Well, last week was, whoopsie, I didn't pull this one in, did I? Last week was a very tight compression candlestick. And so now we're looking to get outside of that region. That's either underneath this 42, let's move that here, 12,985-ish. And the high of that zone is 13,096. All right, so right around that region. So what are we doing in the pre-market? Obviously, we're underneath those areas, but we're trying to hang on by a razor's edge, but we are trying to hang on. So what are the traders going to do? Listen, they're going to buy these deep dips. The market is filled with heavy dip buying. So the dip buying that comes down into 12,949, you're going to start seeing motion there. Look at the range of price action here. It is much weaker. But what do we know? We know that all the bounces are getting sold. So if you buy a dip, you better take profit at these lower highs, or you're going to give up a lot of your returns. Okay, so watch that. Could we come into 13,000 and bounce around a lot? Yes. Again, today earnings kind of light. Tomorrow and ahead, they get a little bit messier. All right, lastly, let's take a look at the Qs. I'm going to do a report after the close that brings all our earnings all together, so we can, not earnings, all our information together. Alert at this line, yes. All right, so taking a look at the Qs, here we are trying to hold the baseline at 315. Below 315, traders are going to try and push the price action a little bit lower. To me, this number at 313 to 312 will be a very nice space that we can see price action sort of trying to stabilize. My suspicion here is bounces or sell zones across the board in the broad market, that the traders as buyers are going to get much more enthusiastic after we get above the close of a couple of these prior days candlesticks. So watch for that. Today might be a nice day to day trade those leveraged ETFs. We'll talk a little bit about that on the Benzinga ETF recap that we're going to be doing later on today at Benzinga. So that's really it. You want to watch out what's going on there and make sure, again, always, where am I going? You have your current candle, look 2 candles to the left, determine the trend, and then watch what's happening in the current candlestick. Right now, it's in a range. These guys are waiting, and we could be very, very choppy today. All right, take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow on the Benzinga Pro Moneyball Report.